There we go. Ooh, something slipped. What happened? It went up nice, guys. Going up nice. Oh, I see. That's moving. Look at the camera, Rayland. Welcome back to the cat. Do this again. Welcome back to the channel. I have my grandson Rayland with me. I think the machine's about to become alive, guys. I have it all put together. These motors have a lot of torque on them, so I ended up having to get it tensioned, and I tacked this. I could not hold this plate there with the bolt, so I just put a couple tacks in. If I ever have to take it off, I can just grind them off. So let me show you what we have here. Well, let's see if it goes up and down. I'm going to set Rayland down right here. Rayland's 15 months old. On the 29th. All right, let's see. So I did lower it, tested it out. Everything seems to be going. Let's see what's going to happen here. Now, I'm hooked to 24 volts, guys. Let's see if you... Up it goes. Whoop. So you see it's working. What happened here? All right. I just got too much junk up here. Too much junk. So let's give you another view of it. That's going up. Let's lower it now. Oop, wrong way. So I have two 12-volt batteries in series. 1,000, 2,000, 2.5 seconds per inch. That's a little slower than I want. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to go any faster. Should be almost all the way down. Ooh, my electronics box. All right, oh, right there. So we're at 1 inch 400 thousandths. So we're 50 thousandths difference. Here's what I was measuring, guys, right here, this space. Oop. From there to there. It's 50 thousandths from, get this cord out of the way. Rayland, say hi. You're helping Grandpa today. All right. Right here, there's the same gap. It's pretty consistent, 50 thousandths on each side. When I get a blade on it, I'll measure to see how it's going up, and then I'm going to tune it. But we have it. So here's what I did for the sprockets. These idler sprockets. This one, I put where I thought I needed it, and I just drilled a hole. Obviously, you can see this one I have the slotted one here, so I can adjust this one. And this is pretty permanent because I put a little bead of weld right there. If we have to, we'll take it off. So that gives me room for this battery to come up through here. Next up, electronics. If you've been following along, we've been building this power head. So it will go up and down automatically, not automatically, I'll have controls to run it. And these are some of the controls. So I'm gonna get started on wiring this up. I'm gonna get these soldered. I'm gonna have to take apart everything I've done before, which is in this box for the carriage power feed, going back and forth. And I'm going to replace that box with this box. This is one of those Harbor Freight Pelican boxes, and I believe their brand is called Apache. I think it's 6, let's get a tape measure. It's not much bigger surface area, 15 inside by almost 11, 10 3/4 inside, 15 by 10 3/4. But the biggest difference is from this one, I have more depth in here to attach all the parts and pieces and all my wiring. I really had to cram my switches and wiring in that box, so this is going to give me more room. So all this is, show you what I have here. If I can get this out. This is just a piece of plastic. This was a tub, top of it, one of those plastic tubs that you store, you know, clothes and stuff in. Well, the tub cracked, so we threw the tub up, but I kept the lid, so I repurposed the lid. So this is going to be the top of the control panel. Inside, inside, I have a board in here to attach all the pieces to, all the electronics to, and I have this nylon around the outside that I've screwed in from the outside to allow this to sit on it. Just like that. Then I'll run some holes in the side of it. But first thing we gotta do is we gotta start getting some cables made up. Now, let me talk about what I'm planning on doing here. And I want your guys' help on this. But my plan is not to have this be my permanent station. I can walk along the mill with this box the same way as I did before, but I've got enough cable this time you can see me well. So my thought is, guys, if you've been following my channel, you know this end of my mill, this is the front of the mill, this is the end of the mill. The carriage cuts that way, running that way. If you've seen some of the higher end mills, now I'm not trying to make this a high end mill by any means. I'm trying to see how much I can do to this mill with a homeowner's type of mill and automate as much as I can. I don't have a lot into it. Now, I would like to replicate or do something similar to some of like the Wood-Misers or the Cook's mills, where you have a control center. So what if I was to be able to sit here, maybe I have a post here, and then this can be removable. Now, wouldn't that be slick? Running the mill from right here. Does that go back any further? Yeah, right there. I was hoping that would fold flat. That'll be all right. It won't tip over as easy. So my project's here. I can raise and lower it from here. How about if I put a DRO, digital readout, I can see my numbers from here. I'm going to have an amp meter in here, a power switch in here. And especially when I'm running boards, when you're doing this at the end, you're running your stack of boards. I wouldn't even have to get up. I can just run it, lift the mill up, return it, and just keep going back and forth. Now, the problem I'm having, I need to come up with a solution, guys, for this cable management system. So I have two cables here. I have the one cable is carrying 4 number 12s. It's this one. I'm not sure exactly what they call this type of wire. Reminds me of some like SO cord, almost. Maybe it's 12 gauge, Southern Royal cord, 4 conductors, 12 gauge, SJ. Okay, well, anyhow, I have this one and I have this one. So right now, this is going to carry the load. I'm sorry, this one's going to carry the power for the motors. Then I have 2 number 12s. Yes, I believe there's 2 12s and a ground in here. And I either leave my battery down there or I leave my battery down here. If I leave my battery down here, I still may need this long cord in case I ever decide I need to run up there and just run it from the operating station up there. So maybe I still need a long cord. I was thinking I could have the battery on a management system of some sort of power, because we don't have an alternator on these Briggs or any kind of power system. So I do have 120, or I could put solar out there, but I do have 120 out there, and I could run a 120 AC to DC, or even like put a battery on it, keep it on a charger, an old school charger. What am I going to do with my cable system? Now, I have 2 ideas. The one, as that rolls, you see the Wood-Misers, they have those cable drag chains. They're plastic cable drag chains. I don't know if Wood-Misers is plastic. I'm suspecting they are. You can buy them. They're kind of pricey, guys. I think it was like $15 for a meter. This is 25 meters. I mean, it's not that, or 25 meters. It's 25 feet. So let's say 8. Let's say this is 8 meters. Is this 25 feet or is it 22 feet? All right, anyhow, 8 meters worth of drag chain. So 8 times 15, that's a lot of money. 30, 60, that's $120 more worth of parts I don't want to buy. I thought about going overhead with it like a cable and just running it back and forth that way. That would work, guys. Problem with that was maybe my forks, I'd just have to keep it up high enough. So I'm not going to get to that part. I want you guys to help me out on that. What do you suggest I put this in? Or do you have another idea? Do I let it just lay on the ground, just roll back and forth? You know, and that's really an option as well. I can hang it off to the side so it's not falling into the mill and just let it roll back and forth. You know, that I can try that to just see if it's in the way. You know, I can extend it out to the end of the handle and just it'll roll out right here. It'd be like a foot away. If you've seen some of my videos, you know I've rolled some I've rolled some logs off the mill before. If I have a drag chain, you know, I'd have to have some bases or arms sticking out to let that drag chain, or a long plate to let that drag chain set on so it didn't droop. And what happens if the log rolled off and landed on that? Crushed the drag chain. Or I put it on the back side though. I put it on that side because the posts are on that side. I would like to come up with something different than a drag chain. One of those cable drag chains. So that's where I'm at, guys. You saw the mill going up and down. The head's going up and down just fine. I am going to run 24 volts on it. 12 volts is just too slow. So we are going to run 24 volts. Right now I was just running 24 volts with 2 batteries. But you saw the electronics there. I have one of those is a 12 to 24 volt transformer, 20 amp. So I got plenty of power. Should have plenty of power. So let's get these made up. So I could, you know, easily have those cables here and they wouldn't fall into the mill, but they'd be going through the mud and the dirt back and forth. I'd probably be stepping on them and tripping on them. Or I have a cable, maybe the height of this, top of this scale, going back and forth, that it goes across. So anyhow, here's what we have. I dropped one of the switches. I picked up some of my problems with my other system, with this system here. The cheap switches I've been buying. You know, you get 3 for $9 or something like that. Well, I paid a little bit better. These are have a better duty cycle. I think they're rated for 100,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 cycles. So that's a lot of switching back and forth. My pulse width modulator. These work pretty well, guys. This is 12. This does handle 24 volts, and it's 60 amps, I believe this one is. This is a 20 amp transformer, or step-up transformer, 12 to 24 volts DC. Got a couple of bus bars, and I got an amp voltmeter, and power meter. And we're going to get all that together along with the other pulse width modulator, my throttle control, my fuse switch system, and one other thing. Oh, on-off switch. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start stripping the old stuff off and start getting these cables ready. So guys, that's going to do it for this video. I'm sorry that I didn't have a lot of new content on this other than showing you the up and down in some of my plans. We had a pretty good major storm go through here last week, it was last week, and we were out of power for several days. And so it was pretty difficult getting out here and getting things done. Didn't have power, so sorry about that. But the next video, hopefully I will have all this electronics all put up. I don't know if you want to see me sweating wires together and hooking together, but the next video should show the whole unit in action, maybe from my operating station down at the end. I think it's going to work out good. There's a few things I would do different next time, and we'll talk about that in one of these upcoming videos. So, all right, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you out here in the garage next time. Hey, can you do me a favor? Leave a comment, hit that like button, and if your name's Craig, smash that like button. Because I know Craig hasn't been giving me the thumbs up often. In fact, Craig, have you ever? So Craig, smash that thumbs up button. All right, guys, have a great day. You too, Craig.